This is the generally speaking tag. This was created by Criminali, and I was tagged by Ridiculous. So I will link them down below so you can check out their videos as well. This is day 21 of a Vlogmas. Prompt number 1. A horrifying book that isn't horror. You may disagree with me, but I'm going to say the Hunger Games series. Now, this is not spooky horror or anything, but it is scary, the parallels it has to the real world. There is the thing of extreme poverty. A thing that they cut out of the movies is about tesserae, right? So tesserae is where you can put your name in more times in the reaping bowl to get food and other essentials that you need to survive. And the reaping age starts at 12. So at 12 years old, Katniss had to put her name in like 4 times. Once because she had to, and then the other 3 times to get all the food and everything that she needed for her sister, and her mother. Before that, she was picking through garbage when she couldn't find food after her father died in a mining explosion. And her mother went into a deep state of depression because, her husband exploded, basically. So yeah, that's scary. There is the parallels to just real life. Many have talked about how District 12 is, not District 12, but District 11 is symbolic of slavery, right? They are the District of Agriculture, primarily made up of African Americans who are treated extremely harsh. And there's just a whole bunch of other forms of discrimination that come up throughout the series. Snow, it's not said on paper, but he's basically a white supremacist in a lot of ways. That's what he's the symbol of. So yeah, if you're one of those people that think the Hunger Games is just a ripoff of Battle Royale, number one, it does a disservice to Battle Royale because Battle Royale is much more than just fighting to the death. There's a lot going on in that book as well, and I encourage you to read both of them. Number 2, a book with a terrible crime that isn't a crime novel. I'm going to go with Earthlings for this one. Now, this one could have been the horror one, but I feel that this should be classified as horror. This is basically about a girl. Well, it starts off as a girl, ends when she's a grown woman, but basically it's about this woman and her life of abuse and everything. And the way she copes with this, and it's just horrifying. It's disturbing. There are some gross moments and there are some very sad moments. It's not badly written, but not something that I plan on picking up anytime soon again because it is quite disturbing. Number 3, a book about love that isn't a romance. I'm going to go with Caraval. Again, you may disagree, but I feel this was more about Scarlet trying to find Donatella in Caraval than it was about anything else. Like, there's maybe some romantic elements in there, but it mainly is about Scarlet and Donatella and, their sisterly bond and everything. Number 4, a book with a puzzle that isn't a mystery, and I'm going to go with Welcome to Camp Nightmare, which is, I don't know what number in the Goosebumps original series, and it's one of my favorites. It has one of my favorite endings. I know people don't like that ending, but I do. It's about a kid that goes to camp, and strange things start happening, and, people start disappearing. So I guess it has a mystery or mysterious element to it, but it's not a mystery. A book with magic that isn't a fantasy, so that's number 5. And I'm going to go with a book that I just read, which is Bruiser. And it is about these 2 kids who befriend this one, I guess you would call him an outcast, who has the ability to absorb other people's pain. I really liked that book. I read it on audio, and I do recommend it. I think out of the, like I said before, out of the Neil Shusterman books, I think I like that one the best so far. But there's still a lot of his stuff I gotta read. Okay, number 6 is a book that thrilled you that isn't a thriller. And I'm probably gonna put Battle Royale for this one. I think it moved at a good pace. It was entertaining and had, a lot of things going on for it. A lot of interesting characters. Again, it's a book that's more than what just the synopsis gives. And then number 7, a book with science that isn't science fiction. I'm going to go with The Giver. Now, I know some dystopians can be kind of classified slightly as somewhat science fiction, but it's not like hardcore sci-fi. It definitely has a fantasy element to The Giver, but they also have things like weather control and stuff like that. So I'm going to go with that one. Anyways, that was the generally speaking tag. I'm pretty sure I got all of these, right? Yep. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.